Welcome to Transforming with Us,
where we talk about
all things trans and queer.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Transforming with Us. So we figured we'd do a quick little podcast for you today and talk a little bit about Brittney Griner and her arrest over in Russia. They think that, or they claim that she had cannabis oil on her person while going through the airport. We all know that she's an amazing basketball player. She's also a member of the LGBTQ community, and we all know how Putin feels about people in our community. So it's a very scary thing right now for her over there.
And it's actually interesting because they have a footage of when they searched Brittney's luggage and everything that's out. And one of the former U.S. ambassadors says Brittney Griner's arrest actually sounds like a hostage situation, something that they would clearly do in case we decide to get involved with the Ukraine situation. Not to mention Putin really, 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 really hates the LGBT community. There has been several stories about his hit list for LGBTQ people, but Brittney Griner is a WNBA star, and I know that it's a little insane because a lot of people don't hear about her right now, and it's sad. I mean, why is that? Why? Because she's LGBTQ? Is it because she's a woman of color, or because what's going on with this? Because she's what? We need to have a free Brittney movement that doesn't involve Spears. We need to have free Brittney movement that involves Griner.
Right. Yeah, it was crazy too, because when I was watching the news earlier and they were actually touching on it really quick, everybody's like, well, why was she even over in Russia? And the salary for the WNBA here in the United States is much smaller than the NBA, which goes to show you that that's where we're still messing up in society, is that men are making so much more than women. Why can't women who are playing the exact same sport, doing the exact same thing, make just as much as the men? So a lot of women basketball players from the United States will go over to Russia and play basketball over there because of the conversion rates, and they're making a lot more. So that's why she was over there. It wasn't, because she was doing drugs and stuff like that, like some people are trying to say it was all about. But she's just trying to survive like the rest of us.
And it's crazy because if anybody pays attention to anything that's happened, Daniel Fried, I believe his name is the U.S. Ambassador to Poland when he be under Bill Clinton, I think it was. But he actually released his statement. He says, I can't definitively say that she did or didn't do it, but the first thought I had when I read the arrest actually sounds like the Russians taking American hostage. And he says that the reason for this is that it wouldn't surprise me at all if they would plant drugs and grab her. The American embassy and the U.S. government has actually been aware of this possibility of the Russians starting to use Americans in Moscow as bargaining chips, because it's something that they would actually do. They pick somebody, make a case, and unless there's actual evidence, which wouldn't surprise me because evidence can pop up, they regard this as a political place, and he feels extremely bad for anybody who's caught into it. So let's go back real quick to what he just said. The American embassy and the U.S. government is aware and has been aware of them using Americans as bargaining chips. Let that sink.
That's insane. I mean, but not surprising.
Yeah,
not surprising.
And she's amazing. She has 7-time WNBA All-Star. She's won gold medals in the Team USA in 2016 and 2021. She's even played in the Russian Premier League in since 2014. So this is mind-blowing.
Right. And then today is when they announced that she was not going to be released. She's actually being detained still until the May 19th. So almost, I was going to say middle of May, but you're coming down the downside on that point. So you're talking about close to the end of May. That she's in there, and that's just while this legal process still goes on. That's not counting. I know when they first came out with the breaking news for it and stuff, they were, Russia was saying something that they could give her up to 10 years in prison for this. It's like, what?
For something that she most likely didn't do.
Exactly.
Because it's apparently expected. This was expected.
It's just,
What does that tell you,
Ugh.
people? What does that tell you? It's expected that they were going to screw people over and take hostages. Like, that's messed up. I mean, so if you're listening, please like and share, follow this post, push it out as much as possible. We are very much the Free Britney movement. I know we do a lot of transgender interviews, but if you actually do look into things, we do also have lesbian, bisexual, queer, non-binary, gender fluid people. We love and care and respect about everybody, so this is extremely important.
All right, thank you for joining us today with Transforming with Us, and we can't wait to see you next time.
Thank you for listening to Transforming with Us. You can like, follow, and share on all major platforms to keep up with all things trans and queer.
You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Apple Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.